Okay. Hari Om. Request all to turn on your videos. One second. Okay. We will start. Sahana bhavatu, Sahanau bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Okay, there's something called a meeting summary, is it? Let's see how that works. So we will chant the 3 verses. Tapobhih kshīṇapāpānaṁ śāntānaṁ vītarāgiṇāṁ mumukṣūṇāṁ apekṣoyam Atma Bodho vidhīyate. Bodho anya sadhanebhyo hi sakshan mokshaika sadhanam pakasya vahni vajnanam vina moksho na siddhyati. Avidho avirodhitaya karma na vidyam vinivartayet vidya vidyam nihantyeva Tejastimira Sanghavat. We have finished all of this, I think, right? Now we have to move to the 4th verse, right?
Correct, ma'am.
Okay. You can say Aarti only. So, please.
But either third verse only you posted it, it seems.
No,
Have
no,
you
I also
wrote
posted fourth verse.
fourth?
I've also put that. I did start with the third verse, but I've also posted the fourth one.
Okay, I didn't see that. And saw only third. I thought.
No, you go through those pages, you will see the fourth verses also.
Okay, next page. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I will chant the fourth verse. You can all repeat on mute. Or if anybody wants to unmute also, that's fine. Anyone would like to unmute? Okay. Avichinna. Yes, Divya.
My son is there, so there might be some background noise.
That's fine. Avichinna.
Parishchinna.
Avichinna.
Ma'am, fourth verse, na? It is
Fourth
written.
verse. Avachinna. Avachinna.
Ma'am, in this book it is written
Parishchinna.
Parishchinna.
Oh, okay. You've got this Atma Bodha, this one only.
Yeah. Chinmyanda Swami's.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Parishchinna, it says, is it? Okay. Parishchinna.
Parishchinna.
Ivajnanat.
Ivajnanat.
Annashe.
Annashe.
Sati Kevalaha.
Sati Kevalaha. Shall I repeat it once?
Parishchinna Ivajnanatan.
Parishchinna
Sati Kevalaha.
Sorry. Parishchinna Ivajnanatan.
So we have to break that. See, Avichinna Iva Ajnanat. Iva Ajnanat Tat Nashe Sati.
Parishchinna Ivajnanat Tat Nashe Sati Kevalaha.
Correct. Kevalaha. Swayam Prakashate.
Swayam Prakashate. Swayam Prakashate.
Hyatma.
Hyatma. Hyatma.
Meghapaye.
Meghapaye.
Amshuman.
Meghapaye. Sorry.
Meghapaye. Anshuman Iva.
Anshumaniva. Anshumaniva.
Avichinna Iva Ajnanat. Nashe Sati Kevalaha.
Parishchinna Iva Jnanat Nashe Sati Kevalaha.
Swayam Prakashate Hyatma.
Swayam Prakashate Hyatma.
Meghapaye Ashumaniva. Anshumaniva.
Meghapaye Anshumaniva.
Okay. So, yes, we will do the word by word meaning. Varalakshmi ji, yes.
In Sanskrit, I couldn't read, ma'am.
Okay, so then we'll have someone else who can read both.
Okay.
Ramachandran.
Okay. Parichinnaha, that is finite. Should I word by word this thing, or should I repeat the sloka also?
If you want, you can repeat the whole thing and then you can. Oh, yeah.
Parichinna iva ajnanat nashe sati kevalah swayam prakashate hyatma meghapaye ashuma niva.
Anshumaniva.
Anshumaniva. Sorry. Swayam prakashate hyatma meghaye anshumaniva. Meghapaye anshumaniva. Correct. Okay. Parichinnaha, finite. Iva, as if. Ajnanat, because of ignorance, tat, that, nashe sati, when destroyed, kevalaha, alone, swayam, by itself, prakashate, reveals, he, verily, atma, the self, megha paye, when clouds pass away, anshuman, the sun, eva, like. The self appears to be finite because of ignorance. When ignorance is destroyed, it is recognized to be infinite, absolute. The self reveals itself by itself, like the sun when the clouds pass away.
We'll stop here.
Okay.
Thank you. So the first line says, the self appears to be finite because of ignorance. Parishchinna or avachinna. Chinna means that which has parts. Parts are always finite. It can be like matra. A, u, Om is made of a, u, It seems like these are parts. Chinna, you can break it up. It is like, it seems measurable. Right? So, says the self appears to be finite because of ignorance. Do we all feel like we are, this self, do we feel like we are finite? Why do we feel like we are finite? What does it mean to be finite?
We are whole, no? Nothing will grow. Now we have a correct body. Other
We have a particular height, weight, and all that. They are measurements.
I'm saying no, very
Yes, it
finite.
is
I am
measurable,
5'6", I am 5'4", I am 5'5",
Yeah.
this weight. Okay,
we
that's
can
one.
give definite with weight, height, with everything.
I
So
can measure.
Yes. That much I understood. That's it.
Yeah, physically.
Yes.
Yes. And because of that, and because I'm attached to this body, I feel I am finite. Anything finite is not infinite. So it is limited. Do we agree? Anything
Yes,
finite is not infinite. It is the opposite of infinite, right? Which means it is limited. It is not unlimited. But when ignorance is destroyed, it is recognized to be infinite, absolute. The self reveals itself by itself like the suns when the clouds pass away. This is such a beautiful statement. See, all that we can do with our effort, we are like that bubble. Okay, they give lots of examples in Vedanta, in Upanishads. Now look at a pot. The air inside the pot and the air outside the pot, are they different? But we say the air inside the pot, air outside the pot, don't we? But in reality, it is only air. There is only that separation of inside and outside is only there because of that pot outline. Otherwise, it is the same air, same space.
Yes.
Like that, the bubble. Okay. The bubble, it has an outline. Inside, what is there is only outside. The moment the bubble bursts, where does it go?
It merges with the air.
It merges into the infinite around. The only separation was that lining, that very thin lining. It's a very thin lining, and hence that bubble thinks it is separate. But in reality, that lining is like a body. And this question of this body will say, how can I feel that this body is not real? I don't know if I share a YouTube video on this, right? It will not allow me on my YouTube channel. Recording won't happen. But I will share it in the group. I want you to watch that. There is something called a double slit experiment. I will just talk through it because if I share that right now, it will not allow the YouTube this thing to go. Copyright problem will come up. So there is an experiment called the double. This those who like this a little, it's a little thing, but I find it very powerful. I found it extremely powerful. There's something called the double slit experiment. In the double slit experiment, what they do is there is like a gun from this side throwing marbles. You know how they like tennis balls are constantly being shot, and when they are practicing, the tennis people are practicing that, right? Like that, small marbles are constantly being thrown. When they first throw the marbles, and then there is a slit in between, 2 slits. And on the other side, there is a screen. All these marbles are painted. So when they go through the 2 holes, on the other side, they will make 1 line, 2 lines like this. I'll send the video, you will understand this better. Then they send electrons. Because according to science, so far, electrons are matter. Before they get to electrons, what they do, first they send some marbles. Marbles are going through 2 holes, 2 line holes. And when they go on the other side, there is a screen, they go hit the screen. So on the screen also dot, 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 like 2 lines it is formed. Then they put a wave, sound wave. And when they put that sound wave on that side, there are many lines, even though it is going through the same 2 holes, line holes. On the other side, there is like many lines. So they understood that matter behaves in one way, wave behaves in another way. When matter goes, it is straightforward, 2 lines. But when wave goes, there are many lines because there is an intersection of the waves happening at many points. And hence there are many lines. Now they wanted to test an electron. Electron they thought was matter, according to earlier theory. So they shoot electrons. When electrons are shot through the 2 lines, it goes and makes multiple lines. They thought it was matter, but it is behaving like a wave. Okay. So if electrons are not matter, every cell, every atom is made up of electrons. If the electron is not a matter and it is a wave, and our body is also, say this wall is also solid, it has electrons in it. We see this as solid, but they are saying electrons are waves. So is this a wave or is this a solid?
It is a wave.
Huh?
It is how the cell, I mean, not cells, I mean, the atoms are packed, you know, that what makes it solid, liquid, or gas.
Correct. Isn't it?
Yeah.
In a way. So it is actually a wave, but it's just together and our eyes are perceiving it together like that. And hence we feel that it is solid. It has come together, condensed. Similarly, our body is also condensed. Many cells condensed together.
Make it solid.
Like ice, like many more. If it was just left loose, are we wave or are we solid? Okay, is this body wave or is this solid? See, just some signs to connect.
Solid. It is solid.
Solid, huh? I experience it is a solid.
It is both. It behaves as solid and as a particle as well as a wave. It has, when light goes inside, when I appear, or when the wall is appearing, it is because of the light in the waveform goes and reflects. So we see it as a manifestation of the wave, and then when we see it with certain limitations, certain form, it is a particle.
Correct. Whatever we are perceiving as a solid can be also the limitation of our own eyes. Right? I'll show, I showed you this picture, right? Once, how a snake or a rat sees something. A rat is seen by a snake. How it is.
That thermal energy.
It looks
that
like a
is-
thermal energy thing,
Ah.
right?
Yes.
Energy is wave only, right? So it is perceiving it as energy. And for us, it is we are perceiving this as solid. So it is a perception of our eye. It is not the reality. The reality is something different from our perception. Correct? Now this we will apply psychological. The reality is different from our perception is the statement. We will apply this psychological. When is the reality different from our perception? As it says, when there is a cloud. What is that cloud?
Agnana.
Identification with body, mind.
Wrong identification with my body, wrong identification with my emotions, wrong identification with my thoughts. What does that mean? Wrong identification with my thoughts and wrong identification with my body.
As somebody mentioned, ajnana or ignorance.
Yes, ignorance. What are we ignorant about?
Like a snake and the rope, which is not properly perceived. We
Okay,
perceive
now
rope
relate
as
it to
snake,
yourself.
snake as
What
rope.
is, what are you ignorant about yourself?
Atma, self. We
Can
are
you
ignorant about.
you're ignorant about yourself.
I am myself.
I think I am my emotions. I think I am the
Body,
body.
mind.
I think
Yeah.
I am the thought. I think so I am. So that this, who is that person? Fraud. Anybody knows the name? He said, I think so I am.
Yes.
So
No,
much I am
somebody
giving
else.
that.
Oh,
Some
I
fraud.
said,
F-R-E-U-D, I think.
Freud. Sigmund Freud. Not Sigmund Freud.
Something,
It
I'm
was
not sure.
somebody else actually, ma'am, who says, I think so I am.
Yeah. Lot of given intellectualism has been given so much importance today. When somebody speaks intellectually, we see, oh wow, they do sound very intelligent, okay? When they speak intellectually, even though it's just the way they say, okay, their data may be completely off, but it can come out very convincing. Okay, wow, how they talk. And so I think I'm very strongly identified with that. If I can talk like that and everybody says, wow, you are so intelligent, then I am identified with that intelligence. If somebody
Like
says, wow, you're so...
Anchors who do the script, no?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
present the script. We think that they speak so well instantaneously. It's not so. Everything is scripted.
Yeah, yeah. Even if they spoke.
So much importance for presentation these days. Everything
Yes.
is like how you present yourself.
I remember how we all used to praise
marriage.
Barkha Dutt in those days, journalism, how
Yeah,
she speaks and,
Um,
that was our identification of, and she also identified with that. When we say, okay, I am very tall or I am very short or everything, it becomes, I am short, I am tall.
Yeah.
My body is short, my body is tall. This body is short, this body is tall, but we don't separate the I from the body. That is our ajnana. I identify myself with this body. I am good in maths. This tool has mathematical abilities. So this tool can use those mathematical abilities for this tool can be used. So now say, some of us are pulled towards bhakti. Some of us are pulled towards jnana. If I understand that there is a pull towards, this tool has been made in such a way that there is a pull towards jnana marga. So this tool is more jnana oriented. So use that tool for that reason. There is a certain skill given. So use it for that reason, but that tool doesn't become me. This tool is good in mathematics. Use that mathematics to serve the Lord. But that mathematics, I am good at mathematics. Two horns. No. Makes no difference. Believe me, I keep telling this mathematics because at one point in time, when my daughter was, I was 199 out of 200, that kind of mathematics person. And then, all the society, they will praise you so much when you get that kind of mark. And when my daughter was not good in marks, I was like, how can my daughter not be good in math?
Man, been there, done that.
Huh? It took a while to come. And then and very good. My child is very good in so many other things, but not good in math. How can that happen? Because there is this strong identification with mathematics.
At that point of time, mathematics was the life.
And we have so much this, like, our children carry our genes and they're supposed to be like us and
Yeah.
passed on to them and all that.
Yeah. And they're a failure if they're not good in maths. Yeah, it's all a big norm, right? So
I wasn't good in maths.
who is a failure? Nobody is a failure. Everybody is doing well in life in different ways. That's what. So
Yeah, then it's like when you look at your, you have the school groups these days, and you see that some of the people who are so mediocre in school are doing so well in life, actually.
actually, that is so true. So that separation of I from the body, I from the mind, emotions and thoughts. I like this statement. I will, Uma auntie is not here, but she made a very beautiful statement. She sends the summary for the Bhagavad Gita class every week, right? That we have another Bhagavad Gita class. In that, Uma auntie will send the summary after every class. And last class, because Bala was not there, I took the class. So she wrote that to pick out a person, I'm not sure, but it's okay. It is a very nice one. She wrote the summary, sends it to me for validation, and that forwards it to the group. And always captures it so beautifully. The essence just comes out. The summary is so beautifully essence. Core essence will be there in her summary, always. So then when I asked, I told, very well captured, Umaji, thank you. Her statement was so beautiful and reflecting Vedanta so perfectly. She said, the one who listens and summarizes is Krishna. The one who is unsure and needs validation from you is Uma. And hence I have to send it to you to get validation, but the one who listens and summarizes is Krishna. That is the clarity. Because I don't know this topic. This is how she says, I don't know this topic. But if it has been captured well, it is him playing. But there is some doubts in me. That is my ignorance. At that point in time, I'm separating from him. And I need that validation from him. So that separation is the key for Vedanta. Anytime I am feeling a sense of lacking, victimhood, doubt, self-doubts, that is the lower me. That is my ignorance. At that point in time, I have forgotten the self. That whatever is that emotion or that thought or whatever has clouded and covered my true self, which is infinite. And hence I experience myself as the finite, as limited. Okay. So The self appears to be finite because of the ignorance of who I am. I am the higher self. I'm not the lower self. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. Right? When ignorance is destroyed, it is recognized to be infinite and absolute. There are many times parents and all those who ask questions. My child is not doing this. My child does not do that. I feel very, and I don't know how to, what should I do? Somebody comes and disturbs all the time. I just say, observe. Observe. When you observe the thoughts that are coming in your mind, observe what is happening around you. Observance is our only teacher. When I observe, I am not getting attached to the emotions. I'm not getting attached to the thoughts. I'm not getting attached to whatever is happening outside. I'm not becoming those things. I am just Sakshi Bhava, witness consciousness, observing everything. That witness consciousness is infinite and absolute. And when that infinite will throw solutions, can make so many things happen. There is a beautiful story. There's a little bird. In a forest, there is one tree which is totally dry, no leaves, and barren. This bird goes around looking to make a nest. It sees this tree. It goes and makes a nest on this tree. Now, and it has its eggs. It stays there, comes back again and again. Then that tree said, there are so many lush green trees around. Why did you choose me? The bird said, I don't know. I just felt like being with you. So it came there and it sat. And then suddenly this tree became happy because every day it would have conversation with this bird. And then the nest, the birds, the little ones, the eggs hatched, they flew away afterwards. But this bird and the tree continued to be friends. And they would keep, the bird would always come and sit. And this tree now started becoming green, having more leaves and all that with all that. So then one day, suddenly there was a forest fire. And all the trees around got caught fire. At that time, this bird sees the fire and it says, what has happened to my friend tree? And it goes flying towards that bird. And when it sees towards the tree, when it sees the tree, oh my God, you will also catch fire. I have to do something. I have to douse the fire. And it's a little bird. It goes all the way, flies through the fire, goes into a lake, picks up some water in its beak, comes and puts it on this tree. Again, it goes. As it is going, its wings are getting burnt, everything, but it's still going, picking that little water, and it is coming. And the tree says, how is this going to be enough? Go save yourself. What are you doing? This is foolhardiness. Don't do this. Just get away. But the little bird said, no, I have to do what I have to do. And it just went, I cannot leave you. I have to do what I have to do. It goes, it collects that water, it comes and puts it, keeps putting it. And then the clouds are saying, don't do this. Why are you doing this? Because this water, how are you going to put it off? Logic, right? Intellect. How is this going to work? How is this not, how can this work? And all those doubts and self, you can think of it as self. And then the bird says, no, I still have to keep doing it. And it goes and keeps doing it. And then the clouds, looking at how it was burning itself and yet selflessly, performing its actions, the clouds start crying. And it starts raining. And the fire is put out. It's like karmanyavadikaraste maphaleshu kadachana. You do your effort. Don't, without the choice, selflessly. Not giving into self-doubts, not giving into anything. I just have to do it. If this has to be done, I just have to do it. Why am I going through this? Why is this so difficult for me? Why has God given me this kind of this thing? Why has God given me so much difficulty life? No, you just do. This life is given. It is like that burning tree, and I will put my effort. Everything around me is, I will just do. It's because there is that compassion, there is that love in the heart. Just with the compassion, that is the pure nature of Atman. And with that, you keep doing it, then the universe will conspire to make it happen for you. The infinite starts playing. Possibilities are infinite. Did the bird think, okay, if I do this, then something will have, then no, it just did. Logically, it was not even a very intelligent thing. But its effort, that they say, no, in Hindi, सच्चे मन से कुछ चाहो तो कायनात एक कर देता है, वो साकार कर देगा, something like that. You just, with the purest of the heart, with the purest of the intentions, do your actions as a service. So it is recognized to be infinite, absolute. The self reveals itself by itself. So to this bird, the self revealed itself.
Mhm.
Our job is only to put that effort. When the self will reveal itself is not in my control. I keep putting the selfless effort, do seva, do bhakti, see the self in everything, everybody around me, and I keep putting my effort, then the self will reveal itself. Like the sun when the clouds pass away. I am feeling a little low right now. I am feeling a little whatever. I will still keep performing my actions. I don't feel like moving. I feel I have lots of fear. I have lots of doubt. But I will take my next step. And the next step. Right? That's all I need to. Can anybody, anything anybody wants to share in this process? Any connections you are making?
Artiji, we just have to do the thing with that. I mean, at least I tend to that. Then that karma yoga is not coming to me. It is like I feel I am doing it, even though in spite of all this, like the circumstances are negative, and I sort of push myself to it. Even that has to be done. But that I don't know. Maybe it is the attachment to the result or expectation. I don't know what is getting in the way. I mean,
Observe yourself. Observe the thoughts. Write it down.
Okay.
We'll get more. Once we get the clarity in what it is I'm trying to control. Is it, am I trying to control? Did I have some expectations? Are there any negativities within? What is it? Become a witness to yourself. Watch your emotions. What are the kind of thoughts that are coming? Write it down.
Okay.
It will observe yourself. You're observing that you're not feeling what you are, that I is playing.
Yeah.
But why is that I playing? What are the thoughts coming in? There are some blockages because of which the I is playing there.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I'll do it. Thank you.
So just be an observer and witness. What are the thoughts coming? That will give, and then we can discuss when we have details of those thoughts, no? Observance. Then we can understand. Am I thinking of my role as a burden? Am I thinking of myself as a victim in this whole situation? Am I not able to see God's play? One beautiful thing I heard yesterday. Anybody else wants to share before I start sharing?
Ma'am, sometimes no, we can't continuously observe.
Correct.
Yes. Without our knowledge, we will mingle with
Correct.
whatever we are thinking. How to avoid that? Because you are telling, observe and be a witness like that. But after some point, no, maybe we can put it as because of our ignorance, we will fail
Correct.
to. But how to practice it?
So so here's the important thing. You cannot remove the darkness by throwing out the darkness. To remove the darkness, you have to turn on the light.
Yes.
So instead of saying, how can I avoid getting caught with my thoughts? I say, how can I be more with myself?
Okay.
So then
Practice,
what?
no?
Okay, the more I keep saying, how can I avoid getting caught with my thoughts? I'll say, yo, again I got caught with my thoughts. Ayo, I again got caught with my
It sort of creates a pressure.
And
Ayyo,
then
yeah,
you feel
American,
like a
American.
pressure. But the moment you say, I want with you too, I want to be with you, Krishna, at all point in time. Oh, I was not with you, Krishna. I missed being with you, Krishna. What is the regret for? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You are asking to be more with the self. So always focus on what I should do, even with the children. We say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. This is very typical Indian mentality. Okay. Don't do this, don't do this. Okay. What can I do? That we will not tell the child. Don't play here. Everybody is sitting here. You will hurt somebody. Don't play here. Go and play in the balcony or someplace or in your room. That is like telling, go and do something. Now the child has clear instruction. The child knows what to do. You say, don't do it, don't do it. The child has no solution. So it will go and play. No, does not listen to me only. These days, okay.
You
So
give
do.
options.
Similarly, you do to yourself.
Alternative.
Huh?
You have to give options or alternatives.
Yeah. We have to focus on what to do rather than what not to do.
Yeah. But how do we do it for ourselves? When,
How to do
as,
it?
as
Here,
ma'am said,
I must focus more on the self rather than on the emotions of the world.
Yeah.
Yes, but I am having some pleasure in the emotions. I'm still not ready to leave it.
It's a comfort zone. We've been doing it for so many
Comfort
Germans.
zone. Correct. But once you experience that little bit, no, one little trace you get, no, then you will start wanting that more.
Okay.
This
Yes.
has become comfort zone, being with the emotion. Yeah, we have to learn to swim against the currents for some time.
And it's like they say, everything that you want is like outside your comfort zone.
Everything?
That you want is always outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, your learning is only outside your comfort zone, not in your comfort zone. The more and more you seek your comfort zone, you're shackling yourself. It is like someone, Dobie had, every day he would tie that donkey to a tree. But that day he had forgotten to bring the rope to tie so he just acted like he was tying, and the whole day he went and he came back, and now he is telling, come, the donkey won't move. Because according to it, the thread has been tied. Then he acts like untying and he takes it. Like that, there is nothing holding us back actually. We are only holding ourselves back. It's like that invisible shackle, which is not letting us experience the freedom. I have to know that the shackle is invisible. In reality, your true nature is freedom. You have the freedom to come out of it. The fear of unknown is also a shackle. The way I come out of this, I am finite. I don't know. I know nothing. This mind can caught. This mind is expecting or trying to control is very limited. I am in that same rut again and again and again and again, trying the same thing, and it is not improving. Nothing, the situation is not changing. I cannot do. This is finite mind. It is measurable. It is limited. So I am not the best person. So I say I will let go of control. How can I control? I don't even know if what I'm thinking or what I'm trying to do is right or will take me in the right direction, will help. I am so limited. Why should I want to control and expect this only? Let me surrender. Whatever you do, I will walk that path. You show me the way. Surrender with faith. Surrender is the opposite of control. Whenever I feel I'm trying to control a situation, whenever I feel I'm trying to expect situation, no. I am limited. I cannot control based on this limited mind. Let me surrender. God, youth, believe me. Walk that path of faith. You will see wonders like the clouds crying at the end. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I want to ask you something. For example, see, we are doing lot of things for our children. One child is okay, the other child always taking everything. But when it comes to the point of giving, no, the child is not doing. She is thinking mother should take care, mother should give her everything. But she will prepare some excellent food, but she won't give it to the mother. So the mother feeling, I mean, how you can, the feeling it should not be there or it will be there.
No, let her feed her child when she grows up.
No, she's unmarried.
Okay, you feel like eating, you ask.
Ask, but she prepared only for herself and then over.
You must reflect on yourself, Premaji. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. If the child is not giving, sometimes
It's not a child, it's a grown-up lady of 50 years.
oh. Okay, grown-up lady of 50. Why are you concerned about that? That's her journey.
I mean, yeah, she should not be affected. At least
That is her. If she's 50 years old and she's not like young and not my responsibility anymore, she's an adult.
No,
She will go through her trajectory.
No, she is a single one. She is staying with the parents in such a situation.
Vedanta is not about the others at all. We cannot change anybody. We cannot judge anybody. We cannot do anything. Vedanta says, who am I? Who is asking this question, Premaji? Focus on that person.
No. What I am asking you, in such a condition, such a situation, the mother has to feel for it or ignore it.
Are you the mother? Are you the mother?
Yeah. I am ignoring it, but in the end of the card, every day I am preparing food and
okay.
I'm giving, but the child is doing like this.
Okay.
That part, should not come to me, but it's coming.
Okay. Now you have come to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. When my daughter prepares something and she does not give it to me, she takes it and eats it and does not give it to me, I feel ignored.
In spite of asking also.
In spite of asking also, I feel ignored. You have to go deeper down here. Why is she? Nobody would do that after asking. Maybe there is some kind of little turbulence going on. Some negativity is inside. It may be much deeper than just giving food, Premaji.
Yeah. I understood it is lack of preparing, not more and less quantity. One point. I thought like that because she made it in a less quantity. It must have, but she must have planned and she must have done that. she didn't do it ignorance. So I didn't feel it.
No, we are not studying other people's ignorance again, Premaji.
Okay.
Why am I even having this expectation that she should give me?
No, because I didn't prepare
Some
food.
desire only, no, inside me, Premaji.
No, the thing is, I am actually attending this class, no? After that, I have to prepare for my food, dinner, and then I have to eat and all. So I told her.
Oh, so you told her and still she didn't prepare.
Yeah.
She forgot?
No.
Then some negativity is going on?
Maybe. How can we tell, na?
Sit and talk only. Not about the food thing. Is there something going on? If you're not aware, did I do something wrong? Are you upset with me for something? It may be something deeper, Premaji.
No, what I am telling you, children. Why children? Actually, to my mother, I was very closer. I am
No,
different.
I don't
Of course,
want to
everybody is
still
different.
brand the children like
Yeah,
that.
correct. Absolutely correct. You are right. The
There
thing
is
is,
something deeper. No human being is bad
okay.
or does not want to give. There is something, some reason which is deeper. So let me be forgiving. Let me be independent.
Correct.
There are
Exactly.
sometimes these kind of these kind of things happen and it can really build on me. I
Yeah.
have told and still she has not prepared. Now I have to go and prepare. So there are ways to handle it. That's all. I just do my way. I just go and cook and eat.
Yeah, that's what I came to a conclusion and then satisfied. Just I asked you, that's all.
We cannot judge actions here, why the child is doing. We don't know, right? One who is there only can understand, but you can only handle your situation. Okay. I am not, let me reduce my dependency. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. We are all alone.
Yeah.
We are co-travelers, but at the end of the day, the reality is we have to learn that we are all alone in this world. We came alone. We will go alone. We live as though everybody, I have a string attached to everybody, but in reality, we are all actually alone.
Yeah.
Okay. We are tying ourselves with everybody, but in reality, we are all alone. And that aloneness, we look at it as though it is a negative. But that aloneness is actually not. It's not loneliness. The aloneness, in that aloneness, if I am only in the ego, then it is a problem. If I am with Krishna, the self, the higher, then I am not alone. I'm always with him.
Yes.
So the only permanent with me is the higher self, Krishna.
Yeah.
Like I told, when my children went away, I felt very... I didn't know. I was cooking for them every day morning. This way they will like, that they will like, and then they are not there. I almost didn't want to cook only. It's very boring to cook. Then I said, for almost 2-3 weeks, it was a big struggle until I understood, why am I not? Oh, children, this is going on. And then I said, Krishna, I will cook as Naivedyam for Krishna. I'll prepare a grand feast, whatever I'm making, just like I make for my children, and make it for Krishna. So now I mean, then I had bath, then I would prepare, and now keeping Krishna, I mean, it's beautiful. It took away that loneliness completely, because and Krishna is permanent, always there, never going to leave in any situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I realized I put too much attachment. Oh, I'm cooking for the kids. That's why I went through that whole.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning, I had done it only for Krishna. Whether the children were there, they would have enjoyed the food anyway. Right? And I would not have gone through this up and down a little.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that attachment, I'm cooking for my kids. If I had been cooking for Krishna all along, it would have been, I wouldn't have gone through this churn, because he is permanent and everybody around will be helped by that.
Yeah.
At your age, especially, ma'am, that's all.
Yeah.
Sarvam Krishnarpanam.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
most important thing is we should not try to judge others. I'll tell you why, because our judgment may be wrong, may be right.
Hmm.
We can try to understand, but still I cannot promise I will understand every situation. To understand, I must observe without getting attached to my emotions and this thing. I cannot put any condition of understanding. Even if I'm an observer, sometime I may understand, sometime I may not understand. But I should not judge another person. I should not, if possible, show compassion. Do I prepare and give for the child? I will prepare, okay.
Happily. Yes, happily do.
I will do.
Yeah.
That child does not want to, it's okay, I will do.
I'll
Exactly.
I'll-
I didn't take it seriously. I thought, okay, she must have prepared less.
Yeah, if it
And
happens
she must have
consistently, it's about
planned.
one day it happens, I think we can forget about
Then
it.
one day, me, several times it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can only judge by going into the self. I cannot give a solution here. You are in that situation. You are the observer of the situation, and the answers will come from you if you become an observer.
Yeah. No, she's divorced and she's staying with us. And she behaves like that, but what we can do now? It should come from her heart now. She should realize, na? How many times we can tell her?
You have
She
a
has
choice,
been-
Premaji. If constantly you
Yeah.
are making for her, you can say, I want to live alone. You don't have to live here. There are so many ways of handling this whole thing, but it is coming, whether it is coming from your space of compassion, what you have to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
We just have to be with the higher self within us. That's it. Sarvam Krishnarpanam. As long as there is strength in this body, we will do.
As a girl child, we can't leave us. We can't. அவள் தனியா போய் she cannot stay alone, no. That is why we are keeping with her. But she is selfish. She will not help us. She will not cook. She will not do anything. I am only doing with my back problem, spine problem. But she won't feel for it. But I leave it to God. What you told is correct. That's what I was doing.
You do as much as you can, as you do for
that's the thing.
Krishna, not for her. You do for Krishna.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yes. Thank
Like
you.
I said, what?
Actually, I'd like to share an experience.
Yes.
Since the past few days, my son is having a few sort of severe behavior issues. He's having a midterm break. So my
You have
daughter's
to be a bit
exams.
louder, Divya.
Yeah. So my son is having a midterm break. So he used to go to a vocational training center. Now he's at home since a few days. And my daughter's having exams. So again, me and my husband, we are devoting our time to her. And, our festival Onam was there, again, cooking and all. So what happens is he's let without that routine. For my son, I'm just telling, it's not just particularly for autistic children. They're very particular about routine, at what keeps them grounded and sane actually.
Yeah.
So since a few days, as I said, the routine is all upset and he is having a lot of free time. So what he's doing is he's just doing things just to irritate us. So whenever the phone is down, he'll pick it up. And I know I'm not supposed to give the reaction, but I end up giving reaction. And he'll open the door and he'll call out, Amma! And then he'll go to the next door, there kachara will be there, and he'll tow and put it there. He knows that I'm
Not
very
trying
particular.
to irritate you.
No,
What
yeah,
is it?
he's
He's
just
trying to get
reaction.
your attention.
Attention seeker.
Attention
That's
seeking.
it.
Yeah, yes, correct. Attention seeking. Maybe so. I realize that what I have to do is like spend some quality time with him, and somehow I'm not able to make that. So I don't know. Certain things when he's doing it, particularly to get our attention, I just ignore it. When he's just doing something and calling
don't
my
give
name,
attention for the wrong things. Give attention for the right.
That's what the therapists also tell us. But sometimes, as I said, when you are in the heat of the moment, now you're handling too many things, you tend to
forgive yourself. It's okay. Focus on the times you are able to do it rather than the times that you're not able to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
know that we are all human at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
we are imperfect.
Yeah, so just Prema auntie was saying that, and I sort of connected with her a few times over a call, and so I was just feeling bad for sometimes. What we can do, just go with the flow. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
surrender. Let the higher power take care of. We can't change other people or their reactions or
Whatever others do, no?
another
It's not
thing.
easy, but I should not become a bitter person because of that.
I have.
And who are we to change others? We are nobody. It's Krishna's job. It is God's job.
So what I was
Let
trying
us change ourselves if possible.
Yeah.
we can only change ourselves. Like in certain marriages, I see people itna saal ke baad bhi pati nahi badla. They say, no, how will you change? You cannot change the other person. It's better to change yourself.
Yeah, changing
So-
the other
so-
person is not in my hands. Not becoming bitter, not developing, becoming negative is very important. That is the only thing I need to. It is like a shield I need to put around myself.
Huh. So for that, the Bhagavatam
But if
class-
sometimes you have become negative, you forgive yourself for that also. And move on. Like Vindhya had told last class, no, move from context to context. Now that context is over, next second is a next context.
Yeah, pura memory just erase.
Erase कर दो, छोड़ नहीं, मुझे ये नहीं सोचना है. I don't want to think about it. Next context. तब का हो गया, तब I reacted, no problem. Next context. Now उसमें जाके और थोड़ा don't
Complicated.
don't
Overthinking.
move. अभी हुआ. Now I did excellent. Now fail little by. I'll try again. Excellent. Try again. Bas, try again. Excellent. Try again. Excellent. Just be within these two. Something went wrong. Don't say, why did it go? Say, I will try again. I will try to be with yourself.
Yeah, so what I was just like in the Bhagavatam class, you was, whatever you see around you is like Narayana only. Everybody is acting because Narayana is there in everybody. Whatever, however they behave towards you, it's like a manifestation of Narayana.
Yes.
So that is what I wanted to tell Prema aunty. Just think of it as like Narayana. Don't even tell Narayana only. Don't do this to me, or why are you doing this to me? Maybe.
So actually, when we try to change others, there all the conflicts or sorrow begins. And we are nobody to do that. When we try and expect others to change, we also suffer when they don't. Okay, instead, let us accept them. When we start accepting them as they are, we are at peace. We are forgetting their part. We are actually working towards our own self. We will attain some sort of peace. We will not be in the conflict. We will not be in suffering. Slowly we come out of it. And one day the other person also will realize. Maybe God will make them realize. Even if they don't realize also, we can take it as it's our karma. It's something like that. But God has something scripted for us, and it is happening. That's it. It's in the wish of God. It is in the script God created for us. He has scripted individual script for individual person. So we are facing that. That's it. And we are learning out of that. Everything has a lesson to teach. And if
You are right, Sudha. That is what I was doing. That's why I was peaceful. That's what I am experiencing with my husband and my daughter. Now my son is no more. He died now all of a sudden. I was staying with him only all these years. But now I think it is God's wish that I have to experience this.
See, now you're getting peace, right? You said you're getting peace. Yeah, that's important. That's more important.
Exact. Because there is some incompletion in the previous Janma, whatever. Now I am completing. That's the same thing. What you told now I am doing.
Wonderful. Thanks for all the shares. So now can we read the second paragraph? Is it time? What's time?
7:35.
No, we will not take up another paragraph. I think we will.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
You are even this Bhagavatam also you are translating and sending again because
no, we are not doing
no
in
Bhagavatam,
Bhagavad.
not Atma Bodha.
No, in Atma
Bhag
Bodha, we've not been doing so far. But we'll
Acha.
see. Sudhaji has put the summary of the class. So let's see how that comes out.
Actually, Aarti ji, I forgot. I completely Tuesday evening. Somebody came and I was stuck up and I forgot that Bhagavatam class is there. Now
No
I
problem. You can
remember.
join next week, man.
वो भी translate कुछ ये नहीं करता है ना? You are not recording or sending like that.
It's there on YouTube.
It's there. Okay. I'll follow that. Okay.
We will close the class. Any other things?
Yeah.
Anything else we have? So today's verse. The self appears to be finite because of ignorance. Ignorance of who I really am. We identify ourselves with our thoughts, our emotions, the world, the people, and objects in the world. And in that whole process, that ignorance, because of that ignorance that I am this world, or I am the thinking, I am my body, mind, or intellect, that is ignorance. The moment that ignorance moves away and I ask myself, in who is all this happening? The higher self, my consciousness. When I turn to that, the ignorance is gone, the finitude is gone, the limitedness is gone, and the infinite illumines. And under the guidance of that illumining, infinite, immeasurable being, everything just flows. Everything just happens. Okay? So, let go of control.
Okay.
Have faith and surrender. Then we will be able to accept everything that comes along as His grace. Everybody, we have only chosen for everybody to be in my life. According to our vasanas, we have attracted all those souls as per their vasanas. Okay. So they are there in our lives for a reason, for my growth, for my evolution. Every situation that is happening in my life is for my growth and my evolution. Every person who is there in my life is for my growth and for my evolution. For me to learn to serve Him under all circumstances.
Okay.
To come out of the I-ness. And to be able to remember to surrender. He's telling you, remember me. I'm giving you this situation so you can remember me. But you forget to remember me and you start keep going on thinking about that person or that situation. Remember me. That is why He's giving all these situations.
Exactly. I saw one WhatsApp image that was depicted very beautifully. Only image, only the picture. There were no words, no summary, nothing, no statement, nothing. Just an image where a man, a human being, is hanging in the branch of a tree which is being cut, which is getting cut. And from the other side of the branch, a snake is coming, and Lord Vishnu is extending his hand to hold him for this person. And below the person is an fire ocean, fire river, whatever it is. And from one corner, honey bees are coming out, and the man, without even thinking all these things, he is wandering over he is dreaming over the honey drops which is coming from the honey nectar.
He's putting out his tongue.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how we all do that, isn't it? God is always extending His hand towards us, and we forget to see Him and hold Him.
I would always say when somebody has a very difficult situation, God is dearer to them. He is giving them more opportunities to remember Him. Okay, you are more dearer.
Yeah.
The ones with the difficult situations are very, very dear to
My
God.
grandmother used to say the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very dear to God. That is why. But you just have to remember Him.
Yes. Yes.
That's all. We'll close the session.
Yeah.
Om Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayah sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bad bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
What about next week, Wednesday meeting?
Please. I have very few responses. How is it going with you all? I will stop the live stream.